honey.
Cho nên honey cứ phơi phở luôn. Cái này mình chỉ xả nhá hồ.
Tại sao nó có tên nó ăn chan.
Honey có bạn có nói sao? Bạn có sáng sao? Đánh đồng luôn.
John, the conductor will get you here and drop you off when you get back. Okay. Enjoy the train ride and thank you.
Is there a motor on those bikes?
What's that?
Is there a motor on those bikes?
Yes, there are. There's pedal assist motors there, so yeah, as you're pedaling, you can just like hit it with your thumb and let the bike do all the work.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy. I already told her what the story though. No, I did not. Take care.
I am stuck on.
Hả?
You have to put on the track yourself. Maybe it's aluminum. That'll help you then. Once you fill.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon and welcome aboard the world famous Skunk Train. General rules today, please no running on these trains for yours and everyone else's safety. Please, there is no smoking of any kind on any train. And if you would like to move between cars today, please step from the yellow plate to the yellow plate clearly marked on the ground. Again, just remember, step yellow to yellow. If you wish to stand outside in the open air car, please do so. But we ask that you please do not reach out and grab any of the foliage you see. Most of it is going to be either blackberry bushes or poison oak.
Okay. Good to
So
know.
if you wish to open any windows that are in the covered car, you may open those windows. You'll notice that most will open. Some are stuck shut. Those windows are very old and very heavy, so some of them may come crashing down, so just be careful with those windows. Please don't allow any small children near those open windows, they can be dangerous. And all small children must be accompanied by an adult at all times. Thank you. Now, a few introductions. I am your conductor. My name is Brett. I'm the one that took your ticket at gate 5 in the red vest and the funny hat. John is also aboard as the other conductor who took your ticket at gate 4, wearing the red vest and funny hat as well. like to tell us apart, I'm the one with the funnier mustache. Now, the engineer driving our engine number 65 today, his name is Tyler. You may see him bouncing around in the cab in his overalls. We do have a photographer on board today. She will be coming around to take your pictures. So if you are interested in having your picture taken, keep an eye out for Savannah. She will have the option to view and purchase your pictures later along the tour. We also have a concession stand up in the very front car. Anthony is our concessionaire. He has an assortment of snacks and hot and cold beverages. He also has adult beverages like cold beer, and he can make mixed cocktails. Our special today is a Rio Rojo, which is our tequila special drink, on sale for $6 instead of the normal $8 price. And our round trip today will be a total of 1 hour, which is 30 minutes out to Glen Blair Junction, where we will stop for a few minutes, and it will be roughly 30 minutes back to Fort Bragg Station. And we left roughly about 5 minutes after, so we should be returning right around that 2:05 time period. Now there is going to be narration along the trip today. However, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask any member of the crew that you see at any time. But for now, just sit back and relax.
Let me stop it. Because you touched down more, come on.
Well, folks, right there on the left-hand side, we are at the Pudding Creek.
He looks for other people.
Great place to check out the local wildlife. There's a lot of geese ducks here in that area. Keep your eyes open to the skies. You may catch some turkey vultures or some ospreys today. And we're going to be running along Pudding Creek. It's going to be on the left-hand side of the train, pretty much the entire ride. And now Pudding Creek was really used as log storage by the Union Lumber Company way back when. And at one point, that log pond that we just passed would hold up about 20 million board feet of timber. Now, a little history. Our railroad began operation in 1885. The first equipment arrived in the area by ship or craft. And the main
Because
purpose of the
my son
railroad
likes
at that
to
time was to bring the logs
Everything
out of the
looks so
woods and
beautiful.
into the mill in Fort Craft. And then
times
we
better
milled
than
into
what you're
lumber
looking at.
and sent out by steamship down to the San Francisco area.
But I use my sunglasses, it's 10 times
Skunk Train began in 1904, but did not reach Willits until after
good, y'all.
1911.
Polarized.
Passengers that were trying to reach Willits prior to 1911 would get on a train in Fort Bragg and ride out to one of the many small towns along the line. They would then stay the night in a hotel, and the next morning they would ride a stagecoach the rest of the way to Willits. Now, once we reached Willits in 1911, passengers could ride to Willits in just a couple of hours, and freight would go out by rail. And from Willits, our passengers and freight could catch a ride north and south with the Northwestern Pacific Railroad, which opened in 1907, and by 1914 ran 271 miles, reaching Shelbyville, then goes by rail to the rest of the country. Here's a fun fact. The Skunk Train was the last railroad to deliver mail 6 days a week up until September of 2003. Makes us the last railroad to deliver mail in the U.S. under a federal contract, landing the Skunk Train in the Smithsonian for that. Now, if you're wondering why we're called the Skunk Train, in 1925, due to increasing patronage and increased costs of running steam locomotives, our railroad began using self-propelled rail cars for passenger service along the line. And these sort of looked like small buses that would run up and down the tracks, and we called them motor cars, but the locals started calling them skunks. And these skunks, or motor cars, had a gasoline-powered engine and an oil-burning, hot-bellied stove that was used for heating the inside of the car. And the exhaust from the engine and the stove would mix, creating a pungent odor that was carried up the line in front of the motor car. And this prompted the residents who lived along the line to swear that you could smell these cars coming before you could see them, kind of like a skunk, so they started calling us the Skunk Train.
ये तो नॉर्मल
So as we are chugging further inland here, one thing you're starting to notice more is more and more redwood trees on every side.
Wow.
And that's generally because redwood trees don't grow directly on the coast. They usually grow a couple miles inland and on a very thin strip of northern California, about 30 to 40 miles wide. You may start noticing that these trees also grow in groups or bunches, commonly referred to as fairy rings. And in that group or bunch, you'll notice an old redwood stump right in the middle. And what happens when you chop a redwood tree down is the root system senses this and it starts sprouting new trees surrounding it. And that's how you get that fairy ring or that group or bunch around an old stump. Now, fully mature redwoods do have small seed cones near the very top of the tree. However, they very rarely use those in reproduction and they almost solely rely on their sprouting. Now you also may notice that these old stumps are very tall, and in fact these trees were usually cut down about 10 to 20 feet high off the ground. And the reason for that is because redwood trees retain a lot of water weight down near the base of the tree. And if you were to take that bottommost section and dump it into a mill pond, which they usually did back then, it was likely that it would end up sinking into a mill pond or just not floating properly. And because of all that water weight, that's the reason they learned to cut them up high in the air. And they would get up that high by cutting notches in the tree and installing boards, known as springboards. And they would climb up the boards and stand on them while they chopped the tree down by hand. Now, the specific redwood tree that we're going to be seeing a lot of today is known as the California coastal redwood. And this particular tree can live about 2,200 years old and is also known as the tallest living thing on Earth. The tallest California coastal redwood is currently growing in Humboldt County. It's named Hyperion and it stands over 380 feet tall. Another member of the giant redwood tree family you may recognize is called the giant sequoia. And that one grows typically in the Sierra Nevada mountains. And it doesn't quite get as tall as the coastal redwood, reaching only about 320 feet. It does, however, get much older and wider than the coastal redwood. The giant sequoia can live to be about 3,500 years old. And it is by volume the largest. The biggest one is General Sherman, located in Sequoia National Park, estimated to weigh about 4.6 million pounds. Now there's a third member to the redwood tree family we won't be seeing today. It's called the Dawn redwood, and that's because it grows in the Hubei province of China and not around here. And it's a popular ornamental tree, and it doesn't get nearly as tall or large as the other relatives, reaching only about 200 feet. But the Dawn redwood and the California coastal redwood are both on display at the Botanical Gardens in Fort Bragg. And if you haven't had a chance to go yet, you should check it out. The Botanical Gardens is a really cool spot to see trees and plants and a lot of flowers that are blooming. And if you are interested, consider purchasing your tickets through the Skunk Train, as we do sell them for $2 less than the Botanical Garden.
Some plastic.
Now, if you're having a hard time differentiating redwood trees from other trees, you can tell by looking at the bark. The bark on a redwood tree is soft and fibrous and very red colored, so it's pretty easy to tell them apart. And that bark is very useful, sometimes being up to 1 foot thick, making the tree fire retardant, helping the interior wood of the redwood stay nice and dry. Because that interior wood is a very soft, very flammable wood. The reason it needs that really thick bark to protect it.
dạ
你就宝宝那些发现，
到了只不过เขาใจดีแล้ว
球好大个，
อย่าถือว่า感觉不那啥
可以啊，
แต่เราอยากฝันเอา
Now, even though these redwood trees have really thick red bark that protects them and keeps them insulated, sometimes the bark on the trees can become damaged. And if a small wildfire was to come through and start hollowing the tree out, or chart out the cave at the base of the tree. And these goose pens, or what they were called, these early settlers would keep small livestock in them when these trees would be hollowed out. And if you'd like to see an example of some goose pens, take a look at the right side of the train right now. We are passing a few as we pass over that bridge and trestle over the Pudding Creek. And these goose pens off to the right are fairly small. Maybe you could fit a few chickens in there on the right. And when they would hollow out like that, they would close off the front with some sort of fencing off the front with some sort of chicken wire just to create a sort of pen. And you can imagine a larger sequoia tree that would have a larger goose pen. You could fit something as big as goats or even horses in one of those. Stumps and bunches of trees and berry rings, as well as lots and lots of ferns. And ferns really love to grow right at the base of redwood trees, right at the little roads that you roll through. And if we were able to continue further, we would be able to see much more of this. Unfortunately, if you may already know, the tunnel number 1 up ahead of us was damaged, and we are no longer able to proceed through it. So we are reaching our halfway point for the trip. We are going to roll to a slow stop here in a couple of minutes, where we will sit for just a few minutes while we prepare to push back to Fort Bragg. Now, even though we will be backing up for the entire trip, that does not mean you have to sit backwards the entire time. If you would like to face the correct direction, just stand up and push or pull on your seat back, and they do flip over to the other side. And for the return trip, your conductors, myself and John, will be positioned at the rear of the train to be the eyes of the engineer, so we can watch the rails for a safe return. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask any other member of the crew you see on board. And don't forget to come say hi to Anthony up in the concession car if you haven't yet. He still has delicious drinks available for everybody. Still has some chips and snacks and cookies available if you need. And again, we will see you in about 30 minutes back at Fort Bragg Station.